What is up, everybody? It's Joe from JLW Games coming at you with another cool video back in Planet Coaster in the one, the only Time City. And we're back in the Jurassic section, hopefully for the last time for now. And so pretty much we go in, and I didn't want to spend a whole lot of time in the Jurassic, but I ended up spending more time in here than I actually thought I would. So what we did was actually did a lot of lighting and finishing touches pretty much in general for the entire area, because there was more than I thought there still had to be done, because I was like, I wanted this to actually go by pretty quickly. But anyways, we pretty much do get the Jurassic section done in this episode, and so we actually go into the back into the Apocalypse section, where we're doing a lot new some new pathing and actually placing some new buildings and new stuff like that. We'll get there when we get there, but as of right now, that is where we're at. Literally just lighting for Jurassic right now, and getting everything just kind of neat, and getting everything just kind of in that finished state that we need it in, so that way the Jurassic section can be completely ready for opening day on May 18th, 2019. At least that is the planned opening date as of right now. So I still think that we're good. I had my trip at Dollywood, so this episode did get a little bit delayed, because this footage I actually did quite a bit, probably about a week ago, actually, is when I actually made this footage. So, because I had, like, the 4-day trip. So, anyways, we're back in action now. I should be getting back into streaming again, getting back on schedule. If you did know, I was a little off my schedule for a little bit because of the trip and everything, and actually getting caught up on these videos and everything also did not help with that either. And we also did the video I did with Shadow Phoenix on Silverwoods, and I had to get that done for his video, and then I also made the POV video for mine on my channel. So anyways, we're back into it, and excuse me, and we will be hopefully completely done with the Apocalypse section soon. I don't think it will take me too much longer with the Apocalypse section. I always say that, and there always ends up being some more to do. So anyways, this was one of the other details that I wanted to quickly get done, and that was the queue cover for the monorail station for the Jurassic area. So I was just going to do a basic kind of roof, pretty much using some, I think I ended up using the wooden planks textures for the roofing on it as well. Just made a quick skeleton for this queue cover, as you call it, the roof skeleton. I think is what you would usually call it, and fairly a very simple one, just to copy all the way down and get a good queue cover going for this as well. And we also had to get some lighting in there to make sure that the queue is nice and lit up. And yeah, so anyways, we're really kind of to the point where we're starting to do some finishing the sections up is pretty much where we're at right now, which is a great place to be in right now, because I'm hoping if I keep the pace up, get my pace back up to recording as much as I was, I think we can actually at the very least get 3 sections open by opening as well. The most kind of my milestone goal is to have all 4 sections open, minus maybe the dark ride. The dark ride might have the delay of opening, and maybe that's what we can do, because to be honest, after the Apocalypse section, I don't think the Roman section will take too much time to finish up that and get all the finishing touches on it. There's some decent stuff that I do want to add over in that Roman section as well, but it's pretty much in a very completed, it's already very well developed, I thought, and what I already had. So I just got to finish up the areas that I've already done for the Roman section. And yeah, so we've already been working on the sci-fi section too, which there's still another bigger section for the sci-fi section I gotta work on. So again, I don't know if the sci-fi section will be open right away, but as it's probably the least developed, land anyways when it comes to like the path. The Roman section I didn't work too much on or didn't spend too many episodes on, and I actually detailed that pretty quickly, and hopefully we could do that for the rest of them. So this was one of the bigger pains, is getting the fencing done for the log flume and the Forbidden River, I think is what I called it. And getting all this kind of done, because I completely forgot that I didn't finish the fencing for the exit ramp for this ride. So I had to go in and do a lot of custom fencing, which was a pain in the butt for the most part, because I had to alter the fence quite a bit, especially when we went up the stairs, and just a couple different spots that were kind of really tough to figure out. As you can see, I had the longer beams on the fence for some reason, which I probably shouldn't have had, but you know, that's just how it was. So I had to alter everything to make it work, at least work halfway decent. So yeah, my goal originally was to not have to work on this section for much longer, but I ended up working on it longer than I had hoped. But the good thing is we're already into the apocalypse section. We do have a little over a month still before we can go where we need to. So hopefully in this next month we can get a lot done. I'm really hoping to have some nice long streams on like Mondays and Tuesdays to really try and get something done. I could probably do a full episode in the stream, which is nice, because usually it takes two streams, two-hour streams to get a full episode in, and I didn't really want... I'm trying to get these episodes out a little bit more often and get them done. So anyways, this is episode 70, by the way, which is absolutely amazing. I still would love to hear what you guys think of how many episodes we're going to end up with. I think, personally, it's going to be really close to 100, I feel. Over the next month, maybe we can get... maybe 15-ish more episodes in, I would think. So I'm gonna guess around 85 to 90 episodes total. And to finish up the dark ride, we might end up getting up to 100. I'm gonna be honest. I think we'll get to 100 episodes. Maybe I can time it just right to where the last episode will be episode 100. It's just an insane amount of episodes if you really think about it in these builds. So anyways, I think I've talked about it before, but after I'm done with Time City, a lot of you may know that I'm going to make the Silver City recreation my main project after I am done with Time City. I really want to get that project going. It's going to be an amazing project once it gets going and getting it finished. So you have a lot to look forward to in that, and I'm going to be working a lot in Silver City, and I don't have a deadline or timeline to get that one done, or get that done, so I can kind of relax and just really just take it chill and take it the way I want to. So I mean, I'm doing that with this series as well, but I just want to have, I kind of have a little bit of a deadline. I'm not rushing the park, and by no means or any way, shape, or form. I just want to get there, hopefully in time. is the hopes. So I did have to finish up this queue line for the log flume as well, because it didn't have any theming or anything, so I did a little bit of theming here and there. And then of course we had to do some lighting as well to make sure that the queue line and exits are lit up at least halfway decent, because we don't want to have dark queues or anything like that. We want to make sure everything's lit up so that our guests can see around the park. Anyways, yep, so Raptor Run, there's still a couple effects I still need to do for Raptor Run, which won't take long. I have to get the videos, and I got to get the video effects done, and then there's one more audio recording that I still need to do on that as well. So anyways, I did see a couple of extra curb spots that I had to get some curbs done on the pathway, so I went ahead and went in and finished those up real quick. And I do say real quick, but it actually takes up a lot more time than I would expect. So anyways, turns out it's pretty awesome, and once you get custom curbs in it, it ends up being completely worth it in the end, because they just adds so much to a path, in my opinion. Even though they're the smallest of detail and everything, putting in a custom curb just kind of, you know, I just don't know what it is, but it adds so much to your pathways. So if you have the time and you want to put in the efforts, it can definitely pay off and make it look pretty awesome. So you can use the endgame curbs as well, but there's just something about them that, you just see them all the time. So when you use something else, it just kind of gives it that uniqueness and makes it its own kind of thing, which I actually really enjoy. So only me, I can talk about curbs for 10 minutes or something. I bet I could. But it's just one of those things that had to be done. And again, we're in the finishing touches, so you're going to see these tedious spots here that you're going to see throughout the rest of the park and everything. So it's going to happen. It's bound to happen, and that's just how it is. But so it can make some kind of boring episodes, but at the same time, again, it's just something that is needed to get done, and that way we can call that section done, because we're finally into the apocalypse section, and there was another section of pathway that I wanted to get done within this area, and I wanted it to go over all the way to the water and make kind of like some cool spots right here, some cool photo ops. You'll be over the water, you'll be able to see the Roman section from it, which is kind of a neat thing. So I wanted to put some fencing up here, and there's going to be I'm probably going to put another ride or so in this area, maybe some more buildings, of course, and some more shops and facilities, just to kind of finish up this area as a whole, because this area did need to get filled in, and I didn't want to fill it in with just trees. I wanted to actually put a pathway here and actually make the area a little bit larger, so that way there's a little bit more to this area. I wanted to put in some taller buildings, so you will see here in just a little bit, we actually start on a taller building, or a tall building that actually goes within the section, because that's what it is. It's kind of meant to be like this bigger, kind of a bigger city, in a sense, and I wanted to make sure that it had that feel, and we have to still mess up some of the buildings to make it look like it's been an apocalypse area. So that's something I think I could have done a little bit better in the section, and we might go back and actually, kind of destroy some of the buildings a little bit more within this area. Kind of like what we did with the tower ride, which actually, I like the look of that a lot. I thought it turned out good for the apocalypse section. It's probably the best themed building for this area, to be quite perfectly honest. So anyway, so this is kind of a little bit like a bridge going over the water, and I also kind of adjust the terrain that way the water just goes right up to the fence and the area right here, so it blends in nice and very well. So pretty much what we're gonna do for the next episode or so, or two, we're gonna develop this little spot, this new area that we're working on, with some paths, and again another ride or so, and then some buildings, and we'll call this section good. And then we're gonna go back. I do need to go back to the GCI and finish up a lot of details on that, at least for like the custom supporting. They all need to have I need to add all the footers to the custom supporting on the GCI, and there's a little bit of changes I want to make to the custom wide supports a little bit on it. Nothing major, but just something, and I think there's a couple more custom wide supports that I still need to add, actually, so we'll see how that goes. So I also actually, you'll see here in just a moment, I think this is actually the next thing I do after I kind of smooth out this terrain a little bit. We actually place the area of where the, after we place this time portal, of course, this is actually going to be the entrance time portal for the apocalypse section. I do need to do another crowd test here pretty soon, but this is actually going to be the spot where we place the fireworks, and I think I've mentioned it before that this park is going to be my first park that is going to feature a full-on fireworks show right behind the clock tower, and I knew I had to put it behind the clock tower, so this is going to be a little platform here, and that's actually going to hold all the fireworks stuff. So I think it will look really, really good. I hope I can create a really neat firework display for the park, especially at nights and at opening. It'll make some cool cinematic videos for when the park opens for the first time to the public. So really neat thing. And then of course, this is the building I was talking about. That's going to be kind of a taller building. It's not going to be super tall, but it's just going to be a taller building. And I want to add some good shaping to it, so it's going to have a lot of different levels and different pieces to it a little bit. It's going to be a kind of pretty much a generic building. It's not going to have a ridiculous amount of detail. It's going to have, you know, your basic windows everywhere and everything, and it's going to have some details here and there just to kind of make it look like a nice generic taller building for this area. And this is literally just for show. There's not going to be any functionality to this building. It's literally just one of those buildings that's going to be there just to kind of give off the feel of the section and everything. So yeah, I am going to go back and probably detail it just a little bit more in the ends. That way it gets a little bit more of a fuller piece. But I can see that this section, or this area, is starting to fill up a little bit better, and I'm really happy of how it's starting to turn out, though, as well. So, of course, we're going to have a little bit of planters areas here as well to kind of fill in for the path, because when you make these larger paths and everything, you're going to have some spots for like planters and stuff if you want to make it the way you need to. So, but I still might add another building or so within this section, and then again another ride. We also in the end here we actually start building a little bit of a concession stand, or like a I forgot what I placed down. Will come up in just a moment. I think it was a hot dog squad, but we get that start on that. I don't really do anything except put the stall down with a couple walls, but that's where we're gonna leave off for this episode, and we'll start on the very next episode. So anyways, we're getting really down to the final stuff here as well. So very exciting, and I hope you guys are enjoying so far. We're going to be a little bit more consistent now that I'm back from my trip from Dollywood, and it was a really fun trip, by the way, and hopefully I might have some footage coming to JLW Films soon. I did get a little bit of some videos from Dollywood on this trip, so kind of exciting. But anyways, so that's a basic... Oh yeah, I also add a little bit of an exit and queue line, I believe, for the this flat ride right here that's just been sitting around, that I've been needing to place down for quite some time, actually. It's just kind of been sitting there, so... but yeah, when we come back, we're going to be back in the Apocalypse section and finishing up this section, hopefully within the next episode or so, or in the next few episodes probably. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe for more amazing content like this. And I hope you guys have a great day and an even cooler tomorrow, and I'll catch you guys in the very next video. Thanks you guys so much for joining me. And be sure to join me on Twitch if you want to watch these episodes live. And that's about it. So see you guys later. Thanks and goodbye.